Mosques are the place of worship for those of the Islamic faith all around the world. And it's estimated that there are 1.8 billion Muslims in the world. For regular prayers and various occasions, they gather at mosques across the planet. But what are the biggest and most majestic mosques all around the world? Welcome to another episode of FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and we're going to go on a journey in this episode to different parts of the planet and see which of the mosques are the biggest and most majestic out there. But before we start this journey, I want to know, guys, what do you call your place of worship? Is it a church? Is it a temple? A mosque? And I know some of you watching this may not be religious at all, but if you were, let's say, to go to a place of worship, where would you go? Now, before I continue with the facts, this episode of FTD Facts is brought to you by OneFootball. OneFootball is the #1 mobile app for all your football needs. They keep you up to date with all the latest player stats, transfers, news, and updates at the club level as well as the international level. The link is down below where you can install OneFootball for free. I highly recommend it. So go there, download it right now. Okay, so let's begin, starting from 10 all the way down to the #1 biggest mosque in the world. At number 10, we have Baitul Mukarram. The Baitul Mukarram is the national mosque of Bangladesh. It's located at the heart of Dhaka, which is the capital city in Bangladesh, and the mosque was founded during the 1960s. Now, this mosque has the capacity to fit 30,000 people in it, and that gives it a respectable position in this episode at the 10th biggest mosque in the world. However, the mosque is constantly getting overcrowded. This especially occurs during the Islamic holy month of Ramadan, which resulted in the Bangladeshi government having to add extensions to the mosque, thus increasing the capacity to at least 40,000 people. Next up, we have the Jama Masjid of Delhi. The Jama Masjid, commonly known as the Jama Masjid of Delhi, is the primary mosque in Old Delhi in India. It was commissioned by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, the builder of the Taj Mahal, and completed in the year 1656 AD. It's the largest and best known mosque in India and the 9th largest mosque in the entire world. Now, this mosque lies at the origin of the very busy central street of Old Delhi, Chandni Chowk. The later name, Jama Masjid, is a reference to the weekly Friday noon congregation prayers of Muslims called jumu'ah. Now, you see, the courtyard of this mosque can fit over 25,000 people. Now, I want to take a brief look at the Sheikh Zayed Mosque. The Sheikh Zayed Mosque in Abu Dhabi is the largest mosque in the United Arab Emirates and the 8th largest mosque in the entire world. It's named after Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who is the founder and the first president of the United Arab Emirates, and he's also buried at the mosque. The mosque was officially opened in the Islamic month of Ramadan in the year 2007. The next mosque to take a look at is the Badshahi Mosque. The Badshahi Mosque, or the Emperor's Mosque in Lahore, Pakistan, is the second largest mosque in Pakistan and South Asia and the 7th largest mosque in the entire world. Now, this mosque is the epitome of beauty, passion, and grandeur of the Mughal area. It's Lahore's most famous landmark and major tourist attraction. It's capable of accommodating 10,000 worshippers in its main prayer hall, as well as 100,000 in its courtyard and other places. It remained the largest mosque in the world from 1673 all the way to 1986, which was a total of 313 years. Another mosque to take a look at in Pakistan is the Faisal Mosque. The Faisal Mosque in Islamabad, Pakistan is the largest mosque in the world and South Asia and the 6th largest mosque in the entire world. It was the largest mosque in the world from 1986 to 1993. But real quick, guys, the Badshahi Mosque used to be the largest mosque in the world, and that was taken over by the Faisal Mosque. So the Faisal Mosque from the years 1986 to 1933 was once the largest mosque in the world after it overtook the Badshahi Mosque. But the Faisal Mosque was overtaken in size by the completion of the Hassan II Mosque in Casablanca, Morocco, which of course I'll be talking about next. The Faisal Mosque is conceived as the national mosque of Pakistan. It has a covered area of 54,000 square feet and has a capacity of accommodating approximately 300,000 worshippers. That's a total of 100,000 in its main courtyard and other areas of the mosque, and another 200,000 in its adjoining grounds. So guys, we're halfway in this episode, and the next mosque I want to talk about is the Hassan II Mosque, which I just mentioned in the entry about the Faisal Mosque. So see what this one has to offer. We're going all the way to Casablanca, Morocco. Now this mosque is the largest mosque in Morocco and the 5th largest mosque in the world. It was designed by the French architect Michel Pinceau. This mosque stands on a promontory looking out of the Atlantic, which can actually be seen through a gigantic glass floor with room for 25,000 worshippers. A further 80,000 can be accommodated in the mosque adjoining grounds for a total of 105,000 worshippers present at any given time. Its minaret is also the tallest in the entire world, standing at 689 feet. The 4th biggest mosque in the world is the Istiqlal Mosque. The Istiqlal Mosque, or the Masjid Istiqlal, located in Jakarta, Indonesia, is the largest mosque in Southeast Asia in terms of capacity to accommodate people. However, in terms of building structure and land coverage, the Istiqlal Mosque is the largest in Southeast Asia and the 4th largest in the entire world. The National Mosque of Indonesia was built to commemorate Indonesia's independence as a nation's gratitude for God's blessings, the independence of Indonesia. Therefore, this mosque in Indonesia was named Istiqlal, which is the Arabic word for independence. We have 3 more mosques to look at in this episode. We're coming down to the biggest in the world, and next up we have the Imam Reza Shrine. This shrine is located in Mashhad, Iran, and it's very complex. It contains the mausoleum of Imam Rida, who is the 8th Imam of 12er Shiites, and also known as the 3rd largest mosque in the world. Also located within the complex is the Gorshad Mosque, as well as a museum and a library. There's 4 seminaries, a cemetery, the Razavi University of Islamic Sciences. You'll find a dining hall for pilgrims. There's also vast prayer halls, as well as other buildings here. Now I have the 2nd biggest mosque in the whole entire world. This one is the Al-Masjid Al-Nabawi Mosque. More simply put, it's known as the Mosque of the Prophet, and it's oftentimes simply just called the Prophet's Mosque. It's situated in the city of Medina in Saudi Arabia, and it's the final resting place of the Islamic prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's considered the 2nd holiest site in Islam by both Shia and Sunni Muslims, the first being the Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, and this mosque is the 2nd largest mosque in the entire world. So of course the biggest mosque in the world has to go to the Masjid al-Haram Mosque. And this mosque, you know it, it's located in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. The Masjid al-Haram Mosque surrounds the Kaaba, which is a place which Muslims worldwide turn towards while offering daily prayers and is Islam's holiest place. The mosque is also known as the Grand Mosque, and the current structure of this mosque covers an area of 4,008,020 square meters, which is equal to 990.40 acres. This is including the outdoor and indoor prayer spaces, and it can accommodate up to 4 million Muslim worshippers during the Hajj period, which is the largest annual gathering of people in the entire world. Alright guys, so that was your journey all around the world to take a look at the biggest mosque. Those were some epic and crazy structures. I can't even imagine the time and the effort that would go into making structures at these sizes. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below in the comments section, guys. Now before you guys go, just a reminder to download OneFootball for all your latest football news, transfers, player stats, and more. So this has been the 10 biggest mosques in the world. These beautiful and majestic structures have some of the most carefully thought out designs and architecture that you'll ever see. Mosques originated in the Arabian Peninsula but are now found in every single continent, and the mosques serve as a place where Muslims as well as others can come together for prayer, as well as gain any information or learn or look after other affairs. Mosques come in all different shapes and sizes based on the region and population of Muslims in a certain area. Not all mosques are as massive as the ones that we just took a look at. However, mosques symbolize a lot more than just structures that look really good. In communities that they're built in, they intend to symbolize devotion, love, brotherhood, and to be a place where anyone can seek clarity as well as a closer connection with God. If you enjoyed this episode about the biggest mosques in the world, we have more videos like this here on FTD Facts. They're going to be at the end of this episode, or you can check out the suggestions to other videos below in this video description. You can also follow me on social media. Hey, shoot me a message and maybe I'll respond. And if you have any suggestions and topics that you want to see featured here on FTD Facts, you can go ahead and leave your suggestions below in the comments as well. Until next time, guys, my name is Leroy Kenton, and I'll see you in another episode.